We talk that talk, but can you walk that walk? She's skilled, she will. And now it's time to face the music and sing the rest. Now let's get ready for Ian Arto, Ellis's best. Power to the people of St Albans. Introducing first the challenger in the blue corner, now living in Melbourne City, via College Park, Atlanta, Georgia, USA. Coach tonight, Steve Stenborg from the North Melbourne Boxing Academy. 12 fights, 2 draws, 2 losses, 1 inside the distance. Won the Australian Welterweight Championship February 21, 2013 on an amateur show. In the United States, he worked out with some of the legends of modern day boxing, including Floyd Mayweather, Miguel Cotto, Oscar De La Hoya. Also worked out with Kostya Tszyu. At 69.35 kilograms, Royal Blue, the Stars and the Stripes, blue Footscray, Bulldogs colours in fact. Will you welcome the challenger, Frederick Freddie Black Onyx 2. And across the ring from Altona Meadows, tonight making the second defence of his Super Welterweight Championship, which he won on May 13, 2014. He brings the centre ring a perfect professional record. 8 fights, 8 wins, no losses. Principal coach from Lebanon, stable, the Red Sammy DeMoore. At 69.75 kilograms, variously known as the Raging Bull and Butters, the reigning and defending champion Anthony Butters Buttigieg. Wearing the silver clutch with red trim. Here's Alan McCall to give referee's instructions. Your judges at ringside. As distinct from the green fight are Daniel Zanetta, Andrew Campbell, and Peter Flaherty. Timekeeper to Bill, Damien Membry. Commentators, Stevie Kelly, Sammy Brizzy. And Andy Wilcock, your supervisor.
You hear the reception that Butters received in the introductions. This crowd is well and truly behind the boy from Lebanon.
Sam, I have not seen Anthony Buttigieg in as good a shape in a long time.
He looks fantastic.
He looks great, and so does Freddie Tukes. This is going to be a humdinger, guys.
This is how fighters should get. Wild right hand to start the proceedings here.
First thing we're going to notice here, look at that Butters defence. You wouldn't get a knitting needle through them arms, mate.
No, you wouldn't. As I said, that alludes back to the previous, where he does walk forward a lot, a majority of the fight, but he doesn't get hit clean. There's no scar tissue over his eyes or around his face. Very hard to hit and hit hard.
His hands up, but head constantly moving. Look at that side-to-side head movement, caught inside of the gloves. Buttigieg will not get caught with a lot.
His heads have come quite close already. Hopefully there's no cuts in this one. Good body shot from Butters. Tukes just misses with the counter.
Calculated.
Good shots there from
Calculated.
Butters. It's interesting to see, to watch his game plan, Stevie. He is fighting a southpaw in Tukes, and he's coming away from the traditional style where you're working behind your jab and going to the more modern style where with left hooks and right hands getting you in behind the punches. You know, they're a lot harder to see from a left-handed fighter, so it seems like an effective plan so far.
Certainly is, Sam. And Tukes just seems to be struggling with Buttigieg's angles more than anything else at the moment. Anthony attacking from everywhere.
He's very awkward. He jumps out, then he'll jump straight back in and throw uppercuts and overhands. And he's definitely made a strong start to this fight and making a statement early. Just falls short with that right hand. Left hook, but comes back with a right, which lands. Good counter left from Tukes.
Freddie's going to need to find a way to keep this fight at range, especially in the opening rounds.
I don't think
He does not want to be sitting on those ropes.
No. Even if he's not getting clean, he's giving away points. Good left hook, good left rip from Butters. He's already started that body assault.
He knows what he's at.
It's just another day on the job for Anthony Buttigieg. Good uppercut on the inside there. Good body shot, good combination from Tukes off the ropes. Lead left. Oh, good right hand off the ropes from Butters. Every occasion, Tukes on the front foot and they tie up.
Ten seconds remaining.
Fall short with the right hand.
That is a big statement from Anthony Buttigieg in that first round, Sam.
Yeah, good opening round there. He made his intentions pretty clear pretty early. Nice sharp shots. He fell short a couple of times, but with Anthony, you see it's hardly ever one at a time. There's generally twos and threes, which beats inactivity and a guy trying to counter punch. You can't just pot shot a counter puncher. You've got to go after them in combinations, and that's exactly what Butters did. A clear first round to Butters.
Tukes blowing hard, Sammy.
Yeah.
He'll recover his season, but he's got to find an answer to this onslaught. He's got a way to keep the Butters attack under control. He's struggling very hard with that at the moment. He needs to find a bit more composure in the pocket.
And you see how effective Anthony is after the attacks, where he doesn't go straight back generally. He turns side to side or covers up and rolls out. Very, very hard to react to when they just constantly move and punch, step off and punch again. See how this second round plays out.
Buttigieg just picking up where he left off.
Heads come together again. They've got to be careful of that. Some shoe shine punches there from Tukes just to keep Butter distracted. Big shots there. Hooks and right hands. Good body shot.
Okay.
Look, there's no doubt Freddie Tukes has seen all this before. The question is at 42, how much more does Freddie Tukes want to see?
And can he react? You know, you see it a lot with older fighters. They see what's happening, but they can't always react to it. They can't always do something about it. So we'll see if the fight wears on, that Freddie can start clicking into gear. But it doesn't look good at this stage. Butter's well on top. Good body shots there. And they come from both hands, both sides.
Yeah, big shots from Anthony Buttigieg. And Freddie Tukes is rattled.
And got good uppercut on the inside. That stumbled him back there. The left hook. You just see how calm Anthony is on the inside. A little shoulder, a little nudge off here. And Cole warns the heads coming together.
Controlled aggression from Buttigieg. As expected. This is all we talked about in the lead up to this.
Jab falls short, but he doesn't suffer retribution.
And that's what Tukes needs to do. That slight head movement. Make Buttigieg miss with the first one. Come back with two. But then he needs to get out of there. Just like that little hook. Just buy himself a bit of time and then get out of there. Now he needs to pivot off that back foot and just get out of there. And set himself up again. He's
good
in the pocket.
That looked to hurt Tukes. Left hook over the top. Butters comes on strong again. More good body shots. Left hook, right hand. Tukes has to react here.
He's got to react. Alan McCall is looking.
He's having a close look, Stevie. Falls short. Lunging in with that right hand.
This is top jaw stuff from Anthony Buttigieg. It's controlled and it's precision and its finest.
Wild left hook. Covers up. Beautiful left uppercut on the inside, followed by a right uppercut, left hook. Good jab as he steps off.
I think Tukes got one in there as well. Yeah. A right uppercut in there. But this is where we're seeing when Tukes is the biggest problem. Every time he's going in close, even for a clinch or for a body shot, he's squaring up. Buttigieg lands that inside uppercut. Tukes is square. He's going to get knocked back every time.
10 seconds. Another good whip on the inside.
Anthony going to work again.
What a round,
We're ready Tukes is struggling here. Anthony Buttigieg is putting on a show and a half here, Sam. And here's the biggest one. If Buttigieg does have another gear, and he implies another gear, how much longer do you give Freddie Tukes?
Look, at that pace, I think Alan McCall's going to start having a real good look, especially if Freddie finds himself backed up against the ropes for long periods of time. You know, you've got to be careful. We know Alan's a conservative referee and he's not prepared to get fighters hurt, so he's more inclined to jump in than let it go. What I'd like to see Freddie do is, rather than take a little step out when he's on the ropes, try and work his way to centre ring, whether it be tying Anthony up and pivoting him around or using his footwork, sliding out. He slides out, but he slides along the ropes, which just allows Anthony a couple of step overs and it gets him back to where he wants. I'd love him to see just move a little bit quicker, come back to the centre of the ring and have a little bit more space to work with.
Seconds as we approach round 3.
3rd of 8. Butters 2-0 up.
You would think that part of the Tukes plan would be to weather the early Buttigieg storm.
Good lead left hook there as the water sprays off Tukes' head. Yeah, definitely Stevie, you know, but again, it comes back to age and that battle against youth. Can he preserve this?
And there we go, that's a big uppercut. Big uppercut hook.
Butters shots, he comes over the top.
That's it. I can't see Tukes lasting much longer. That's another big shot.
Good uppercut on the inside. Tukes returns 5 with a couple.
And he needs to, or Alan McCall is seriously going to keep looking at this. Oh, that's another big shot.
Just see there, he may have missed with a left hook, but he came back beautifully with the right hand, which caught Freddie flush.
He's just setting him up with that hook.
And the little step overs, that's what I want people at home watching and looking out for. Look at Buttigieg's feet, he does square up, but his little angles, his little step overs, they're cutting this ring down to a phone booth for Freddie Tukes. He has nowhere to go. Heads come together again.
Freddie trying to find an opening. Very hard to find one in that tight Buttigieg defence.
Right hand just grazes Tukes' face. Good job there by Freddie, and that's what he needs to do more of. Touch and move, touch and go. Good left rip, left hook combination from Butters.
This is as sharp as I've seen Anthony Buttigieg.
Yeah, he looks fantastic tonight. Violent body shots, and that hurt Tukes again. Uppercut on the inside, right hand.
Shot.
Tukes isn't panicking though. He's seen this before, as you alluded to earlier. He's watching this closely, but it's just whether he can do something about it and counteract it.
That's what he needs to do, but a right hand off that lead hook. As Buttigieg is coming in.
Good right hand on the way out from Butters. Nice little tip-tap combination there from Tukes. But they're not having the effect, and they don't please the crowd like Butters' shots do. They don't stand out to the crowd, or in that case, the judges. Here we go again.
He's unloading.
Good left rip there. Tukes gets a lucky break. Butters fell off balance. See Butters just calmly roll his way out and turn him beautifully. Now he's back on the front foot. 1-2 there from Butters.
Seconds.
Butters looks to close out this round strong again. Nice little combination from Tukes. And there's the end of round 3. You would have to say that's a shutout so far for Anthony Buttigieg, Steve.
A shot of it though. Look, Tukes seems to be working to get on the inside. But as soon as he gets there, he's doing absolutely nothing once he gets there. I don't know if it's fatigue, Butters is out working him, but once he gets there, he shuts off. You cannot do that with an inside worker like Anthony Buttigieg.
Yeah, exactly right, Stephen. And that could be a mixture or a combination of things. It could be a little bit of age, a little bit of ring rust. Butters' shots are quite strong, and he's hurt him to the body several times already in the early rounds. You know, and as we know, fighters do struggle to recover from those body shots as their careers wear on. But he's in there and he's calm and he's not panicking and listening closely to what Steve Stenberg's telling him in the corner. But if he doesn't get on his bike soon and start changing the tide of this fight, could be in for a long night.
4 coming up.
Also, you remember too, Freddie Tukes is a natural welterweight. Every time he's stepped up to super welterweight, he's been unsuccessful. He doesn't seem to be able to carry any power when he moves up. He just seems to struggle with the bigger man.
And Anthony has come down since he's turned professional. In the amateurs, he was fighting at 75. And, you know, wasn't probably 100% fit, but now you see him as a junior middleweight or a super welterweight, and he looks fantastic. He's strong, fit, you know. And we see a wild left hook just fall short from Buttigieg. He closes up.
But that wild left hook, look where it's fed. It's just feeding Tukes into that right hand. It's just setting him up.
Beautiful combinations there from Buttigieg. Right hand, left hook, and another left hook, right hand. Left rip, right hand to the body to follow. Knowing that you can't hurt your opponent and you've given him your best shot, how does that feel, Stevie? Especially when he's constantly on top of you, constantly swarming, cramping your room.
That's all mental strength at the end, Sammy. I mean, you are going to come across those type of opponents every time. Freddie Tukes is probably just hoping and praying that Anthony Buttigieg starts to fatigue a bit in the later rounds. I guarantee you this is part of the Tukes plan. Weather the storm early. Let's see if we can inflict a bit of damage later on. Whether we expected this much of an onslaught from Anthony Buttigieg, I don't know. But I guarantee you this is part of the Tukes plan.
Good right uppercut there from Buttigieg as Tukes sits on the ropes. This looked like a better round from Tukes, but do you think it's enough to give him the lead at this stage?
Nah, definitely not, Sammy. I think Anthony, anytime Anthony is coming forward, he's definitely landing shots 2 or 3 at a time. Tukes, yes, he's making progress. Enough progress? No, definitely not.
Shots there, good right hand, pushed Kenny backs on the rope.
That's a massive right hand from Buttigieg.
Good left uppercut, followed by left hook. Tukes not really covering up, he fires back.
Tukes firing back, Tukes firing back.
Right hand. Now they sit head to head, wrestling for position. Couple of good shots from Tukes on the way out of that exchange.
Right. Big up Freddie Tukes, Sammy. He's still standing there and he's still coming forward.
Oh, massive heart.
And Butters has a bit of blood trickling down that nose. Whether it's a clash of heads, we don't know.
Good 1-2 there from Butters. Yeah, which is interesting. That may give Tukes a little bit of hope, a little ray of sunshine there for him. Left hook from Butters.
Tukes with a little bit more success this round, Sammy. Not enough, as every time Buttigieg opens up just like this, he's getting success.
Good exchange there from both boys. Good left hook, and they finish that round swinging. Halfway through this one, and you can hear what the crowd thinks of it.
Sammy, Freddie Tukes is walking up a bit.
Well, it seems that way. That was a good fourth round for Freddie. Still not good enough to win it, I think, Steve.
No, definitely not. Anthony Buttigieg, every time he did explode, he was explosive with exceptional results as always, as we expect. But is it Anthony Buttigieg taking his foot off the gas, or is it Freddie Tukes waking up?
Hopefully it's a little bit of both.
Well, we have a 4-0, guys, to Anthony Buttigieg. I don't think anyone else is going to score it any different. So after the wild Will scoring, we're not going to put all our eggs in one basket there.
We can't afford to. Anything can happen with the judges. They may see it differently to what we said. But at this stage it seems pretty clear cut. 4-0 in favour of Anthony Buttigieg, the defending champion.
Buttigieg coming out with a bit of purpose this round.
You see how well he closes down that space with his feet. Good left hook over the top there from Buttigieg. Good shots underneath, and then comes upstairs to finish that combination. Buttigieg's looking for an opening. Left hook over the top, just grazes Tukes. And this is where he wants Tukes exactly. Squared up, back against the ropes. Gives him an opportunity to work the body and the head. Slips a couple of good shots there.
His angles have been exceptional tonight, Sammy. Absolutely exceptional.
Beautiful left hook on the way out, but Tukes counters with a left hand of his own.
I was going to say that right uppercut on the inside seems to be working well for Anthony Buttigieg, but every punch seems to be working well from Anthony Buttigieg tonight.
Yeah, and they're coming from everywhere, both sides of the body. There we see 2 rips followed by a hook. Yeah.
I think this is what Anthony needs to worry about too. He doesn't need to get as wild as he gets. I mean, Tukes is still, he's a seasoned pro.
Good left hand counter there from Tukes.
He's still well able to throw a shot out of nowhere.
Yeah,
just like that, Sammy.
And that's what you spoke about earlier. Anthony can't get complacent here because he'll find Freddie out working him and catching him with those little counters. But a good onslaught again from Buttigieg. Violent body shots. Up the centre, then around the side.
Alan McCall looking close.
Right hand
Alan McCall looking close. And Tukes comes back.
Freddie throwing a lot of pitter-patter shoe shine shots. You know, whereas Butter's shots stand out and they're taking energy out of Tukes.
Anthony giving Freddie a bit of a smile there as if to say, come on, buddy.
Yeah. But good overhand right there, followed by a rip. Right hand just misses. Tukes fires back, falls short. Good left rip on the inside. And you see these shots landing, and we can feel them here at ringside, Stevie. I'm going home with sore ribs tonight if Butters keeps this up.
I'm definitely putting the Voltaren on tonight, Sammy.
Good uppercut on the inside. Heads come together again. We haven't had a cut so far, and hopefully it stays that way.
Buttigieg just staying nice and light in his feet. He knows that's important. Is that a bit low?
A bit low.
Anthony acknowledges it. The boys will go back to work. Watch Buttigieg come on now. Finish the round strong. Look at him.
Stalking. Good left hook over the top. Up the centre and around the side. And they finish throwing again.
Rounds are getting a small bit closer, but still Anthony Buttigieg.
Well, at this stage on the cards, if the judges see it the way we do, Freddie needs a miracle. Freddie needs to land that big shot in the next 3 rounds to turn this fight and win it and come back. I think it's safe to say that both you and I have it 5-0 towards Butters. The judges may see it differently, but Freddie's definitely up against it so far.
Where do you think Tukes needs to go from here? Does he need to start boxing off that back foot, hooking off it back to maybe the old sort of amateur style of working off the back foot? Or does he maybe he needs to start imposing his will on Anthony Buttigieg? Where do you think he could find a bit of success, if he can at all?
Look, I think he's got to up his work rate, and you can see the footwork's there that he can turn off, but he's not turning off effectively. He's taking 1 or 2 steps and then just allowing Anthony to step across and cut that angle down again. He's got to smother Anthony up somehow, whether it's in behind punches or covering up in a tight shell, and then turn off him and then step straight back on. That step there, you see there how he just allowed Anthony to walk him back without throwing anything? Now he finds himself on the ropes and under another onslaught from Buttigieg. Comes back with a couple of light ones, but they don't do anything. They don't impress the judges and they don't affect Butter's mindset.
Freddie's on the outside. He'll work hard to get in there, and then nothing. You can't afford that with Anthony Buttigieg.
If you're going to counter punch, you've got to be 1 step ahead of the pace. There, he's got to walk him onto a left hand. He can't wait for Buttigieg to be there and start throwing like he is now. You're seeing there, it's a left uppercut, then a right hand, then another uppercut and a hook. It's never one angle from Buttigieg. Up the centre, around the side, then back down to the body he works. They jostle for position. Good right hook from Tukes on the way out.
It's not enough. Single punch is not enough.
See there, he's making him miss, but he's not coming back. With a fighter like Buttigieg, you've got to be 1 step off and then jump straight back on. When they miss, they've got to suffer. Freddie's just not jumping on that opportunity. Whether he can, who knows. Violent body onslaught here from Buttigieg.
Buttigieg stepping it up a gear. We're on about that gear change earlier.
Punch for punch. Lead right hand by Buttigieg.
To me, it is a punching masterclass from Anthony Buttigieg against a tough Freddie Tukes.
Very much so. And to Tukes' credit, he has taken every shot. He's been staggered a couple of times, but he's still in this fight, and he's still looking for a way to get back into it.
Well, it is those pitter-patter punches that are keeping him in this fight. But as you say, it ain't enough to keep Anthony away from him.
You've got to find a way to dishearten Buttigieg, whether it be hurt him or outsmart him, and Freddie just hasn't found that at this stage. But he's still trying valiantly, still working his butt off. Good left hook there. And he rolls uppercut hook, just falls short. Tukes comes back. Good body shots and a hook over the top from Buttigieg.
That is quality again from Butters.
Beautiful left uppercut, left hook.
I think he rocked Tukes a little bit there, Sammy.
And there he goes. You see how he changes his body. It's head, body, body, head. Constantly changing the levels of his attack. Left hand to the body. Buttigieg just misses on the way out. Another good strong round from Buttigieg. I'm going to go out on a limb here, Stevie, and say Anthony Buttigieg is probably the best inside fighter in the country.
Joining us tonight for the first time. Oz Asia. Thank you, Carlo.
Yeah, as I was saying, Stevie, I believe that Anthony Buttigieg is just about the best inside fighter in the country. His constant onslaught and his level changes are exceptional, and it's something that not many fighters are seeing these days. He's a throwback to the olden day fighters who are hungry and can fight on the inside and are comfortable there and can do damage.
Totally agree with you, Sam, and I honestly think that after this fight, Team Butters will be probably looking forward to make the next step up. Whether that be for Australian title fight.
Violent body shot, and that doubles Tukes over. Now the onslaught starts again. Left hook, then back to the body by Buttigieg. Right hand falls short from Butters. See here, just when he has those little opportunities, I don't think Freddie's doing enough.
He's done nothing tonight to frustrate Anthony Buttigieg, and I think that's what you need to do.
Another right hand to the body, followed by a left hook.
Buttigieg just winding up maybe a little bit too much. Freddie's still trying to keep busy off that jab. Nowhere near enough. Like I said, I don't think he's doing enough to frustrate Butters. I don't think he's got it in him to frustrate Butters, and I think that's what you need to do to have any success against a pressure fighter like Anthony Buttigieg.
Yeah, frustration or power, and I think Freddie just lacks a little bit in both. Yeah, he's letting Buttigieg dictate terms in every round.
Adam McCall's got to start looking at this. Adam McCall's got to start looking at this.
And the tails come in.
Good decision.
The tails come in from Steve Stenberg. He's seen enough.
And that, absolutely clinical performance from Anthony Buttigieg. Big up Freddie Tukes. Freddie Tukes goes out on his feet like the soldier he is. But Anthony Buttigieg just too much in the arsenal, too much pressure, too accurate, too fast, too good. All class from Anthony Buttigieg.
Yeah, fantastic performance by the defending champion Anthony Buttigieg. He looked good, he controlled the fight from the start and never looked like being in trouble by the tough and courageous Freddie Tukes. A systematic breakdown, I would say, Stevie.
Yes, Sam, he went to work straight away. There was no touchy-feely first round, cagey first round that we normally get. Bell went, and Anthony Buttigieg just went to work. Absolutely precision punching, and as you said, angles. He was relentless. Anytime he did step back, anytime Freddie Tukes looked to have any sort of success coming forward, it just wasn't enough.
Poor Freddie probably thought he was fighting 3 Buttigiegs at one stage in that fight. They were coming from everywhere.
It's just another night in the job for the boss.
The locals go home happy tonight, Stevie.
Another successful night, another successful once upon a time show. I don't think we can remember a bad one. Jake Ellis and the boys always put on a quality show.
Steve Sinborn running the corner of Freddie Tukes. Called it off after 1 minute 29 seconds into round 7. Taking his championship total to 9 bouts, 9 wins, and retaining his light middleweight super welterweight championship, Anthony Buttigieg.
You can hear how happy the locals here tonight. He's a real favourite out in the West, Anthony Buttigieg, a former pizza maker, now a prison security guard, and a tough kid. A throwback to the 70s and 80s of boxing's glory days.
What a tough war it was, a fitting climax.
Definitely back to the punches and bunches style of boxing, all right there, Sammy. Almost Mexican stylish.
And that's what the fans want to see, don't they? Controlled aggression.
What's next for Anthony Buttigieg?
Who knows? Anything and everything at this stage, I guess. Maybe a couple more defences of the Victorian title, then onto the Australian title.
A third successful defence. Cavalieri and Buttigieg twice. Two-fisted punching. Never gave Freddie any breathing space. Not fitter. Freddie or Anthony? Freddie. Okay. Carlo, what do you think of your first championship fight?
Great. He's done it. Yeah, they've done a great job and they really went hard, so it was good to put the main event on tonight. And I can't thank Danny and Andrew for bringing me along and going to be more.
Good stuff, Carlo. Up in the photographs there.